Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Savvy, and I'm all about helping you navigate the ups and downs of relationships with tips, advice, and some real talk. So, if this resonates with you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Today, we're diving into a topic that's deeply personal and can be tough to navigate: knowing when it's time to let go of a relationship. Whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even a family connection, sometimes we reach a point where holding on does more harm than good. So, let's talk about 5 signs that it might be time to let go. Sign number 1, constant negativity. Every relationship will have its ups and downs. No relationship is perfect, and conflict is natural. But when the negative interactions start to outnumber the positive ones, this can be a big warning sign. You might notice that you're arguing more often than you're laughing together, or that the energy between you feels heavier and more draining than it used to. This could manifest in many forms: constant criticism, passive-aggressive comments, or recurring arguments over the same issues without resolution. Think about how you feel after spending time with this person. Do you feel emotionally exhausted, anxious, or even resentful? Over time, constant negativity can wear down your mental health, leading to feelings of sadness, frustration, and even hopelessness about the relationship. It's important to ask yourself if you're in a cycle where the bad is outweighing the good. Relationships should nourish us, not leave us feeling depleted. If you're finding that there's more tension than connection, this might be your first sign that it's time to let go. Number 2, lack of growth. Healthy relationships inspire growth. They should challenge us in ways that help us become better versions of ourselves. But if you feel like you're stuck, maybe even regressing, it could be a sign that the relationship is holding you back. Maybe you've been putting your dreams on hold or avoiding personal development because of this person's influence. Think about your goals and aspirations. Do you feel supported in pursuing them? Or do you feel like you're shrinking to fit into a mold that makes the relationship more comfortable? Growth isn't just about big life changes either. It's about daily habits and attitudes. Are you learning, evolving, and becoming a better person alongside your partner or friend? Or do you feel like you're stuck in the same patterns, with no real change on the horizon? A lack of growth can signal that the relationship is stagnant. And while stability can be comforting, without growth, we often become complacent, even resentful. Letting go might be the key to unlocking your full potential. Sign number 3, you've lost yourself. In any relationship, it's natural to make compromises. We give a little, take a little, and ideally, find a balance. But when you start to feel like you've lost sight of who you are, that's a major red flag. Are you constantly changing your opinions, interests, or behaviors to keep the peace? Have you started to drift away from the things you used to love because they no longer fit into the relationship dynamic? Losing yourself in a relationship can happen subtly. It might start with small compromises, like skipping a favorite hobby or not voicing your true feelings on certain topics. Over time, you might find that you've drifted so far from your core identity that you hardly recognize yourself anymore. It's not just about what you're doing or saying. It's about who you are and what you value. If you find yourself suppressing parts of your personality or making sacrifices that undermine your sense of self, it's time to reassess. Remember, a healthy relationship allows both people to be their authentic selves, without fear of judgment or rejection. If you've lost that authenticity, it might be a sign that this relationship is no longer serving you. Sign number 4, lack of trust. Trust is the bedrock of any strong relationship. Without trust, the foundation begins to crumble. Maybe there's been a betrayal, big or small, or maybe the trust eroded slowly over time due to consistent dishonesty, secrecy, or lack of transparency. Think about whether you constantly feel the need to check up on the other person. Are you going through their phone, second-guessing their words, or feeling anxious about their whereabouts? Or, on the flip side, do they treat you with suspicion, even when you've done nothing to warrant it? Living in a relationship where trust has been broken is emotionally exhausting. The constant stress of not knowing whether you can rely on the other person can take a serious toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Once trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. While it's not impossible, If there's no mutual effort to restore it, the relationship may be too damaged to continue. Lack of trust often signals that the relationship is no longer a safe space for you to be vulnerable and open, and that's when it might be time to consider walking away. Sign number 5. You're holding on to the past. It's natural to hold on to the good memories. After all, they're what made you fall in love with this person or grow close as friends in the first place. But if you find that you're clinging to the past, hoping things will magically return to the way they used to be, this could be a sign that the relationship is no longer working in the present. Are you holding on to a version of the person that no longer exists? Maybe the relationship was once filled with joy, excitement, and connection, but now it feels like you're just going through the motions. If you're constantly looking back, hoping to recapture those moments, it can prevent you from seeing the reality of the present. Sometimes, we become attached to the idea of what the relationship could be, instead of accepting what it is. If the only thing keeping you in the relationship is a distant memory, it may be time to let go. It's important to live in the present and look toward the future, not be stuck in what once was. Letting go of a relationship is one of the hardest decisions we can face, but it's also one of the most important. If any of these signs resonated with you today, take some time to reflect on what's truly best for you. Remember, letting go doesn't mean you failed, it simply means you're making space for growth, healing, and a brighter future. Thank you for tuning in today. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we post new content. You deserve happiness, and sometimes, that means making the tough decisions. Until next time, stay true to yourself and keep moving forward. Take care of you and yours, love Savvy.